thing about Conspiracy is there's a lot of sensitive dialogue scenes, big emotional scenes between Cal and his family and his mother and sister, and there's also a lot of action scenes. The Bourne films were very successful action sort of genre films that I think a lot of people looked at it and thought that sort of style of filmmaking for the action genre is a good way to go, and I think I wouldn't say it's totally based on that, but there's those sort of influences, I think, in the style of Conspiracy. When you're shooting a show like this, they'll have two cameras running almost all of the time on any particular piece of drama, and they'll shoot it that way. Then they'll go and move the two cameras again, so you'll end up with a different angle of the same material. So there's usually a fair bit to look at and a fair bit to choose from. The first stage is to assemble it based on the rushes and to look at and evaluate all the material and the performances. That's like an assembly, and then once you get the whole story together and all the scenes have been shot, and then you can look at it from start to finish, then you get a better idea of the pacing of the storytelling. That sequence there was a big chase scene, and that was sort of like the first assembly of the material, and at that point I try and get most of the shots in there so as I've got a large sort of palette to work with, I guess, and then to tighten it up.
What's coming out of your speakers is probably about 95%.
It's beautiful.
Created by me and the musician and the ADR. There's very little is what was actually on the day. The dramatic effect won't be complete without the sound. So this is the guide track that I've got.
Run.
So you can hear that. Yeah, he drives up in his car and there's a bit of a skid, but it's also it's smothered in background noise, and it cuts on and off according to where the film edit's cut on and off. All this running stuff doesn't have any real sound to it at all, so we can in fact see that train, but
help me, please! Stop!
It doesn't exist. That's a post-production train. So through a sequence like this, the music's doing a lot of the travelling part. I'm basically trying to set the scene when we're back in the station, and then basically gradually build this up. There's the train, which didn't exist at all before, and in conjunction with the music and the magic of the mix room, will hopefully make everybody very scared on Cal's behalf.
Come on. No, stop! Stop! Somebody help me, please! Stop! Oh my God! Over here! Stop!